Welcome back to my official YouTube channel. This is Gaurav Ayaan, and I have been joined by none other than my Aussie mate, Lucas. Lucas, you know what? First of all, welcome back to my show. It has been, I think, 3 4 days
Thank
since
you.
we are doing show, and we have got some of the biggest breaking news coming from cricket fraternity. Have you got this news that Virat Kohli has finally won the toss?
Finally won a toss. And well,
Yeah.
that's now two captains he's now bet for the toss. He owns Tim Payne in the toss between tosses. And now he's won one against Joe Root.
Yeah, and
So,
finally
so,
he
so
has
it's
won
not
the
just to
toss.
get. So finally he's won a toss other than Tim Payne.
Yeah. Don't go after Team Pen again, mate. I think he will be captaining in the Afghanistan and the Ashes, and you might see him in the India tour also.
I went after Mitchell Johnson. Yeah, I went after Mitchell. Remember, I went after Mitchell Johnson, and I had a last week and I had a couple of complaints about that. So I won't be doing that. I'll just stick with Tim
Okay.
Payne.
So forget about it. Let's get back to our focus on this Headingley Test match. I know your Headingley is not been the very good memory for you, for personally you, because I think it has been 2 years since that Ben Stokes heroics. I have, I think I have sent you that message that it has been 2 years since the Ben Stokes heroics. I hope you don't forget that. Forget about this. Let's back to our topic again. Virat Kohli has won the toss and he has elected to bat first on this pitch. So tell me, first thing first, how big this toss is for Virat Kohli, Lucas?
Um, I have no idea. Because the last toss that was won wasn't resulted in victory. Um,
Yes,
so, uh, however, yeah, I haven't seen the pitch yet, so it's very hard to judge. Um,
I think.
so
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any grass on this pitch or if it's drier.
There is a very
Um,
less grass on this pitch.
okay. Then,
Yes,
well,
and
if it's completely dry, then I would expect India to put up something like 300, 350, and that would bat
that could
out.
be a minimum score on this pitch. That could be a minimum score on this pitch.
And if that's the case, that would put England out of business. They can't chase
Yes,
big targets. We've seen that this series. We saw in the game against India last week. They could have chased down that target. The run rate wasn't really that high, and they shut up shop. So
yeah,
they know they can't chase anything big. So I think
yeah,
India can win, can literally knock them out with the first innings here of 350, 300 plus.
yes. Okay, just one more thing I want to mention it. That are you surprised that Virat Kohli has gone with the same team because India hasn't made any changes in this Headingley Test match?
No, no surprise.
Because I feel bad for Ravichandra Ashwin because he was making his mark while performing very good in the Australian. He doesn't had a very good series. He doesn't perform very good in this overseas tour, but currently he's been performing very well in this overseas. And you gotta feel sad for Ravichandra Ashwin that this is the third test and he has been not in this team. Lucas?
Yeah, it's it's sad for Ashwin, but
Yes.
I think India have done well. So Siraj was brilliant last Test match. In fact, they're all solid. There were no complaints. The only one negative we said was Kohli's form. All the positives
Yes.
was the bowlers, um, the Rohit, KRO. That you can't be shocked by them not picking Ashwin when they won the last Test. There was no negatives, so there's no surprise there.
Just tell me one thing. Would you still also gone with this same team?
Yes.
Okay. So let me now. I think the main reason I'm asking with you, because with this Indian tail, they will not wag every time. Apart from Jadeja, who is more than handy batsman, they all are looks like a proper number 11 batsman, no matter where they are batting. So I think Shardul Thakur was fit. If they wanted to have gone with this four pace attack, I could have added Shardul Thakur in this team. That's my thought.
Yeah. Well, I'm always a belief of if the team wins, don't change it. So never change a winning team. Um,
Okay,
so I wouldn't have made any changes. I would have kept the same team. Um,
okay,
unless it became an absolute minefield or a green top, then I'd probably bring in another seamer for Jadeja. But I would have made no changes today.
okay. Uh, let's talk about this England team first. I think they have made a couple of changes which were expected changes. I think they let me announce this England team first. Rory Burns, Hasib Hamid. I think they will be the opener of this England team, which were expected after the Dom Sibley was out of this team. And one more thing. Uh, Hang on, just got some of the problem which I faced. And David Malan is back in the number three position. And interestingly, Lucas, I was just seeing the interview yesterday of David Malan. He was also shocked that he is in the back in this test team after so many years, because I think I was seeing the interview. He said he lost all the hopes that he will be coming back in this test team. So you can well imagine the problem with this top order batsman for England. Okay, so David Malan is number three. Joe Root will bat at number four. Johnny Bairstow will bat at number five. I think they have not included Oli Pop again. Okay, Josh Butler will bat at number six. Moeen Ali number seven. Sam Curran at number eight. Craig Overton. I think he is in the team. Ollie Robinson, James Anderson. So this is the team. So what's your take on that?
Oh please, don't give me David Milan saying, "Oh, I hope my England career is over." Oh, please, you play T20. You know that's the only reason you're going to get into this team anyway, by playing T20, not by making runs in the county. So, that's not
Yeah.
how England select their players. They don't play. They don't set their players on form in the Red Bull tournament. They go off by the 100. Don't give me that. Um, so I would have picked Mahood over Overton. Yeah. Again, this Overton's been picked because of the 100 form. All I have to say, from a neutral's point of view, it's the biggest stroke ever in cricket. From an Australian point of view, I hope they continue this way, because they're going to continue this way. Why? No, but seriously, why even bother coming? Why bother coming if you're going to pick this team of 100 form? Why we want to with all due respect, we want to win 5-0, but we want a
Yes.
contest. We don't want every game to be an innings and 100 runs or 10 wicket wins. We want to be competitive. This team will not be
Yes.
competitive in Australia. They might as well stay home with their
Yes.
families.
Yes.
So that they have players like Luke Fletcher domestically, Mahood, Tom Abel, Kieran Carlson. Kieran Carlson averages 70 in the county
My goodness.
championship this year. 70 with 300s. Can't get in this team because David Milan plays the 100 and Johnny Bairstow plays the 100. Can't get in the team. Tom Abel is a batting all rounder. Averages 60, not 200s. Taking a few handy wickets. Can't get in this team because of Moeen Ali's 100 form. It's absolutely pathetic, from a neutral's point of view,
Yes.
that they
Very sad
continue
for that.
picking these players on the 100. And I think what needs to happen is that they need to be convinced by it. And I think India should know this. They should absolutely come out and just make that 350 in that first innings. With all due respect, I've got a friend from Nottinghamshire that calls Sarah Cameron Backstreet Boy number one, with his
Yeah.
blonde hair. Well,
Yeah.
he can go back. He can. I don't know what he's doing playing. He's done absolutely nothing.
I think he
This
made a golden a golden pair in the second test
Yeah,
match.
he's done absolutely
And
nothing
problem with
this
the
series.
Sam Curran, yeah, a problem with the
Yeah.
Sam Curran is also that if the ball is not swinging, he's like a normal medium pacer who looks ordinary if the ball doesn't swing.
He looks like a Division 4 player that's
Yeah,
having a Sunday stroll with his grandma.
but
He
the
shouldn't
more,
be in. He shouldn't be in this team. None of them should be in this
yeah,
team. I can't, except for except for Sobin. You should be here, not watching. Um,
yeah,
but but apart from Joe Root, James Anderson, where
yes,
no one's done nothing. Rory Burns has done nothing. Johnny Bairstow, okay,
yeah.
has been okay.
He has scored
Jimmy
150.
Butler. Jimmy Butler. I said Jimmy Butler. I said Jimmy.
James Butler,
Um, yeah, he's done
Josh
nothing.
Butler, sorry, Josh
Yeah,
Butler.
Josh Butler has done nothing. Sam Curran
Yes,
has done nothing.
yes,
James Anderson will be James Anderson, but he's playing every test. He's putting his longevity in danger by playing every test because they've got
exactly.
no choice.
Yes.
Ollie
So
Robinson has been
Lucas, that means if all the players would have been fit and available for the England, I think Jimmy Anderson would have not played the entire five test matches.
no, he wouldn't have because they need to save him for the Ashes, as do they need
Yes,
Mark Wood. Now Mark Wood wouldn't probably play back-to-back test matches. He did, and he got injured,
yes,
and now his Ashes campaign's in jeopardy because
yes,
they're not picking domestic bowlers on form,
yes,
and picking players that they want to rest. Same with
yes,
James Anderson. Now James Anderson's probably going to have to play all 5 test matches.
yes.
They didn't want to do
They are
that with
left with
him.
no option. They
They,
are left with no option.
because they don't want to pick players on domestic form, so they have to risk James Anderson for 5 test matches. He's not
Yes,
21; he's 39.
yes,
He's at that age where he could hurt his shoulder doing bowling.
yes.
He could die for a
And I think
delivery.
thankfully,
Yeah,
Lucas, I think thankfully that was a 1 week break between second and third test match where he could have taken some rest.
yeah, and he's there, there's no 2-3 week break in this series.
Yes,
Like we've seen in series like in the 2005 Ashes, 2007 Ashes, a couple of weeks break. There's no 2 week breaks here. You're literally
yes,
playing back to back test matches, back to back to back to back to back 5 times, with
yes,
probably 7 days rest at the most between tests.
yes.
So that
So
and
I think forget about James Anderson. I know he has to play all these test matches just because Stuart Broad is in the not in the team. Chris Wokes is not in the team. Joe Archer is not in the team, so he have to carry the workload. So let's talk about Sakib Mahmood. I think Sakib Mahmood is also not in the team. Are you surprised, or you were backing Craig Overton to be in this team?
I'm not surprised because Mahmood has been excellent in the county championship and he doesn't get picked for it. There's nothing new about that.
Yeah.
Craig Overton's played in the 100 recently. So bowling for was it? What do they bowl in the 100? How many overs do they bowl in the 100?
I think I haven't watched the single ball in the 100. It was a fact. I haven't watched any match, but I do remember that you have to bowl a 5 ball over. Okay, and
So
I think you have to bowl 20 balls maximum.
he's coming off bowling 5 balls and over, uh,
Yes,
limited overs into a test match where he could be bowling 20 overs in each innings.
yes,
Where you have much hardened player ready, Mahood, that has bowled 20 overs, 30, sometimes 30, for his domestic team, in a match.
yes.
And they've not picked him, so there's no surprise there.
So, as per as looking for the England team, the problem remains the same. With the bat, is Joe Root has to bat for a longer period of time, and with the ball, Anderson has to pick 5 wicket haul.
Well, we saw with Joe Root in the second innings last test. Once you get him, the England team crumbles. It,
Yes,
it, it, it's Joe Root or nothing. You
yes,
can't
that's the big
you cannot go through this team, this top order, and say that's 100. Rory Burns
yes,
horribly out of form. Hamid
yes.
looked like he didn't even bat last week, batting out of position.
But thankfully, he's batting at his position now in this test
Yeah, he's
match.
batting at his bit, so he might be better. So number three, Milan, based on the
Yes.
100 form. Okay, Joe Root. Yep. Okay, can you make 100? Of course he can. Number 5,
Hmm.
Bairstow. No, he's not going to make 100. Josh Butler. He's not going to make 100. Where's the 100? Where are the runs coming from outside of Joe Root?
Yeah, that's.
Uh,
I think they could have included Oli Pop in this test match.
if I was Virat Kohli, I would have bowled first. I would have.
Oh God.
I would
What
have.
are you saying, Lucas? Lucas, what are you saying? The flat pitch and Virat Kohli has won this toss after so many days, and you said after winning the toss, the important toss, they could have bowled first.
If they would have bowled first, they would have. England probably would have crumbled. They would have realised that India are out for blood by bowling first. They see us very vulnerable, and
Yes.
we're going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat, a miracle. I would have
Okay.
actually, I would, did say, I'm not kidding, I would have bowled. This England team is that fragile, and they wouldn't have expected it. You know, we saw with the second innings where Kohli declared just a little bit over lunch. The two
Yes.
openers, Rory Burns, he didn't expect that, and he got out
Yes.
for a duck.
Yes.
So I would have done the same thing. I would have said, you know what, you're batting in the change rooms. You know, oh geez, what he sent us in? Really, we're batting. So I would have sent him in. Go after him
Okay.
early. Go after him with Boomer and Siraj, and bowl him out with less than 200.
Okay. Final topic of discussion. Your prediction of the today's play. Then we will wrap the show and we will meet after the day's play.
I think India will be still batting. I think
Yes.
they'll be around about 300 for 7. I think
300%.
I think I think Virat Kohli will make 100 today.
Okay. So you made a big prediction that you are looking that Virat Kohli will score 100 just because he has won the toss after so many days.
Yeah, I think even though I would have bowled, I think he'll make 100. India will be 300 plus for 7.
Okay. Thank you, Lucas. We'll meet after the day's play. Till then, guys, do watch it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Till then, we will meet after the end of the day's play. Thank you, guys.
You